We are so excited to be here in McAllen, focusing on the beauty of America. It is such a pleasure to use music to tell the story of our country and to honor our nation's veterans.
Por favor, please take this time to silence your cell phones and turn off camera flash, but feel free to take photos in the performance.
And when you go to share those photos online, find us on social media so that you can keep up with us as we treat.
Just search for Army Field Band en tus redes sociales favoritas, and we look forward to connecting with you online. And while you're on your phone, check out our QR code to access a digital program so that you can follow along with tonight's concert.
Now, please help us welcome our host for this evening's performance, Mr. Joe Garcia with the City of McAllen.
Good evening and welcome on behalf of the City of McAllen and the convention facilities here. We're very excited to host the Army's premier touring ensemble, and we are very, very excited to have each and every one of you here with us. This free concert is made possible because of the McAllen Performing and Cultural Arts Foundation, whose mission is to promote, enhance the performing arts in the Rio Grande Valley, and of course here in McAllen. So because of the McAllen Performing and Cultural Arts, we're able to provide scholarships to local young students that want to take theater classes, want to take music classes, to hopefully grow up to be musicians and enhance the performing arts, and maybe one day be on this very stage. So because of the McAllen Performing and Cultural Arts, this concert, you get to enjoy this concert, I get to enjoy this concert. This is an amazing ensemble. I got to hear a little piece when they were doing their sound check, and let me tell you, you're in for a treat. So ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this wonderful ensemble, enjoy your evening, and thank you so much for being here with us. And without further ado, let's enjoy our evening.
From Washington, D.C., the Department of the Army proudly presents the United States Army Field Band.
Please welcome to the podium the commander of the United States Army Field Band, Lieutenant Colonel Domingos Robinson.
My name is Angel Garcia, and I am a park ranger at Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine. I served 2 years in Iraq in 2004 and then again in 2006. A lot of veterans and active duty military will come here that could be reassuring for them. There were defenders before them, and that they are part of a legacy of defenders, past and present, are trying to uphold everything that flag means to the American people. The national anthem is a witness account of the defense of Fort McHenry. Francis Scott Key is out on the Patapsco River, watching the bombardment of Fort McHenry. And the next morning, when the soldiers and sailors inside the fort hoisted that large star-spangled banner, it inspired Key to write down what he had witnessed the night before. So every word, every verse is literally telling you what the soldiers had endured through that night. Rockets and bombs bursting in air. The entire city of Baltimore watching, looking over the ramparts, which are the walls of Fort McHenry, to see what flag was over the fort through that night.
As one community with one voice, we invite you to join us as we honor our nation with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Presenting the colors this evening are members of the McAllen Police Department Honor Guard.
You're fine. Okay. It's okay. Thank you.
So proudly we hailed the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming
Please be seated.
Desde las orillas de los grandes lagos hasta el Parque Nacional Big Bend, our nation is full of natural wonders.
The American landscape captivates us all and reveals amazing stories about the history of this great land and the people who call it home. The fabric of our nation is woven not just from the breathtaking scenery, but from the stories of Americans themselves.
Y eso es lo que inspira, this is what inspires military service members, and this is why we serve. To protect this beautiful land and to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to pursue their American dream.
Welcome to America the Beautiful.
I'm Sergeant First Class Andy Emmerich, and I'm originally from Magnolia, Texas. I moved around a lot as a kid, and I ended up in Texas for high school, and I had a lot of great mentors who just showed me what I could be if I worked really hard. To be able to come back to my home state and perform on the front of the stage, I'm able to give back, and that's just a really great feeling. I never thought that my passion for music and my career in the service would cross like this, and it's a pretty amazing thing. My grandfather served in the Korean War. Not only was he overseas, but he was also playing drums in officers' clubs. I didn't know this until about a year ago. It just seems so fitting that I'm now in the Army playing drums kind of like he did. I naturally just gravitated towards drums and percussion, and luckily for me, his drums were waiting in the basement in Pennsylvania, and so when I decided I was going to be serious about it, they were right there waiting for me. Pretty much every generation in my family played an instrument or sang. Finding out more about my grandfather's service and how music was a part of that, it just provides a much deeper meaning to what I do now. As percussionists, you're often the back of the band. It's a great opportunity to maybe present what we do in a different light. So I might not be driving a tank like my grandfather did, but I'm kind of bringing a proverbial percussive tank to the front of the stage with a 5-octave marimba.
Please welcome our featured performer, a native Texan and graduate of the University of Texas, Sergeant First Class Andy Emmerich.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Wow. All right, let me talk to you for a little bit. So, as a musician, field band, we have the distinct pleasure of bringing some of our favorite music to you. Now we're switching gears a little bit with one of my favorite country tunes off of one of the most critically acclaimed country albums of this year. Ladies, we've got a Texas-sized dose of attitude and energy just for you. This ain't Texas, ain't no hold on, so lay your cards down, 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 down.
So park your Lexus and throw your keys up, and stick around.
Here I'll be there if I come out with me. I'm posting shoes, it's a real life, it's a real life.
Hold on, don't fear. Come take it to the floor now. Woo! There's a tornado in the city. In the basement, and it ain't pretty. We survivors. America, this is sweet redemption, pass the time, yeah.
Texas, ain't no hold on, so lay your cards down, down, down. Pocket letters, throw your keys up, so go round, 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 round. real life boogie, it's a real life boogie. Don't be a, come take it to the floor now. It's a real life boogie, it's a real life hold on, don't be it. Come take it to the floor, it's a real life boogie, it's a real life hold on, don't be it. Come take it to the floor now.
Jackson National Park received its International Dark Sky designation in June. We've been working on that designation for a couple years.
It was a huge goal to try and get that certification as a national park. We were really lucky to actually make that happen.
You can see the Milky Way here almost every night. You can see the entire celestial heavens above you.
Human beings have been gazing up at the sky and at the stars and at the Milky Way and the moon and the planets for thousands and thousands of years. And in a blink of an eye, we've started dumping massive amounts of light up into the sky, and we're changing that. And I think it's kind of erasing part of who we are.
One of the things that we can do as managers, as humans, as stewards for this place, is recognize our imprint on the night sky by lessening our own impacts from light pollution. All of us are working collectively to keep our night skies available for all of us to see.
day good? Hey, Scott, how's your day going? Pretty good. I'm Scott Morkel. I am a structural welder. I started welding back when I was 15 in high school, and it was a vocational program. They had the people come in to show us different things about the trades. That was one of the things that caught my eye, all the sparks and stuff. The history of the boats that are coming in here, you know, there's stuff from World War II that we worked on. But there was one boat, it was in D-Day. We had to do a ton of steel work on the bottom of it, and it was pretty difficult to get to, but to see it every day, man, it was like, wow. I felt like I was contributing to that, you know, preserving that history. I feel a lot of pride actually looking at the boats when they go out, looking a lot better than when they came in. I think it keeps alive the connections to our past and people that have served in this country, of course. Even though I didn't go into active service, I feel like I'm still kind of contributing. To be an American worker, it takes a lot of patience. It can get hard at times. That keeps people working. When we get ships out of here, we got people that can go out to the ports and do their jobs on those boats. For people to be able to get their goods in from like the cargo ships, it's a direct line into the economy. You know, it keeps the country moving.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. This brings us to our intermission, but no se preocupen. We're going to be back in 15 minutes with more music and stories. Thank you so much.